talking about why Apex Legends is the best battle royale on the market right now. So if you are a Warzone fan or a Fortnite fan or some other battle royale that really isn't relevant fan, don't take hate from this. This isn't an attack on you. This is just my opinion here and why I believe Apex is the best game. And I'm going to try to justify my opinion by looking at this from a factual perspective for the most part. There will be some subjective things, but those will be more at the end of the video. So with all those things in mind, let's go ahead and get right into it. So first of all, we're going to be comparing Apex Legends to the other two most popular battle royales on the market right now. Those being Fortnite Battle Royale, which has been around since 2018, and Warzone, which has been around since 2020. For comparison, Apex came out in 2019, so each game has been on the market for at least a year at this point. Today we're going to be scoring these games based on maps, movement, balance, bugs and glitches, and ranked. Alright, so the first game we'll go ahead and start off with is Fortnite. Now, Fortnite having been around since late 2017 means that this game has had almost 4 years at this point to really put itself ahead as the top battle royale. So let's go ahead and look at this from our scoring system. So Fortnite was the first game to innovate the map changes in the battle royale, and honestly I'd probably give the maps a 3.5, 4 out of 5, but I'm gonna go ahead and round up just to be safe, but it'll get a 4 out of 5 because Fortnite was the first to innovate with map changes. Every season they do a lot of map changes, as much as we don't want to give them credit for. The only thing that would set them apart from a 4 and a 5 would be the fact that they basically made an entirely new map and left the old map basically non-existent. You know, they could do something else where they have 2 maps in rotation or something like that, or maybe even make a third map. Like, that could be something really cool, but I don't see that happening anytime soon. If they did that, I'd probably give Fortnite a 5. Next, we're going to go ahead and talk about movement or movement mechanics. Fortnite has building, and there is a pretty high skill ceiling with that, so I'd have to give Fortnite a 4 out of 5. As much as I don't have fun with Fortnite now, I do have to recognize that their movement and movement mechanics with building and using buildings to go for high ground and things like that, that's a really huge gameplay piece that separates it a lot from other battle royales. Now, Fortnite over its lifespan has never really been known for being a balanced game, and that still applies to this day. We have spaceships that can pick people up, and you know, there's all sorts of crazy stuff that they have in Fortnite, which does make it fun, but it's not a balanced game at all, and for that reason alone, I'm going to have to give it a 2 out of 5. Now, the next category is going to be bugs and glitches, and Fortnite, as of right now, really doesn't have very many bugs or glitches like some other games that we will get into have, but overall, the game runs very smooth for what they have. And I think that's due to the game just being on the market for such a long time at this point. The devs have really had a lot of time to go in and perfect the game and make sure that it's running perfectly. So Fortnite will get a 4 out of 5 because it's not a perfect game, and it is getting pretty close, and I think once they start adding all the crazy stuff, they'll probably have a perfect 5 out of 5. Now, the final category that we're going to be going over Fortnite in today is going to be the ranked and competitive area. Now, Fortnite at one point probably would have a perfect 5 out of 5, but I think right now it is at most a 3. The point ladder is such a high grind, and it's rather than it being a testament of skill, it's more so a measurement of how much time you can put into the game. I don't think that's how ranks should be based off. So for that reason, I'm going to have to give Fortnite a 3 out of 5. So after adding that all up, Fortnite is going to get a 17 out of 25. Next, we're going to go ahead and talk about Warzone. Now, I have very strong feelings about Warzone. In terms of maps, they have 2 maps right now, and it is going to be Verdansk and Rebirth Island. Now, let me go ahead and say Verdansk is basically unplayable, and I wouldn't go play Verdansk even if I was paid money to. Now, Rebirth Island, I could probably tolerate playing that. So for a 50-50 on maps, I'm definitely going to give them a 3 out of 5 just because Verdansk, they literally reskinned it and changed the filter and basically called it a new map, and it's just like, what the hell was that? Rebirth Island is literally carrying in the map section. If it was just Verdansk, I'd give it a 1 out of 5. Next, we're going to go ahead and talk about movement. So the Modern Warfare engine, the movement that is currently in Warzone was never actually designed to be like that, but it does end up working pretty well, but there are a lot of exploits, especially with wall peaks and the bunny hop, but I mean, I guess that is part of the movement thing. So I'm going to go ahead and give Warzone a 4 out of 5 here. Next is balance, and Warzone has historically been one of the most unbalanced games I've ever played in terms of a battle royale. So Warzone is going to get a solid 1 out of 5 here. I know the game right now is pretty balanced and pretty fair, but we're looking at this as an overall thing. And Warzone has typically, over the lifespan, been an unbalanced mess where you'll have about 50 guns in a meta, but only 2 of them are running it at any one time just because the developers don't know how to balance the game. Next, we're also going to talk about bugs and glitches, and I have been very outspoken about this, but bugs and glitches in this game are fucking horrendous. If there was a way I could give this a 0 out of 5, I would, but I'm going to give it the lowest score possible because this game has some of the worst bugs and glitches I have ever encountered in almost any AAA game. Now, the final category is going to be the ranked category, and as we all know, Warzone doesn't actually have a ranked. It just skill-based match makes everyone, so every game that you play is basically a ranked match without getting any sort of credit for it. So Warzone will be getting a 0 out of 5 in that category. So Warzone's final score is going to be a 9 out of 25. So the final game on this list is going to be Apex Legends, and so let's go ahead and talk about the maps. Now, Apex Legends has 3 maps. Only 2 of them end up being in rotation. I would give Apex a perfect 5 out of 5 if they had all 3 maps in rotation. I'm guessing there's some sort of technical limitations with that or a reason for why they do that. I do think it is a little unfair how most people will have a favorite map and then that'll get vaulted for a season, so you're basically end up stuck playing 2 maps that you may not enjoy as much, which sucks. Overall, Apex gets a 4 out of 5 in this category. So for movement, Apex will get a perfect 5 out of 5 here. The movement in this game is fantastic. There's so many little quirks and neat little things to learn with movement, and I catch myself still learning, and I've been playing this game since day one, and that's coming from a Titanfall veteran who has been working with most of these mechanics in that game. But Apex has so many little things that make this game truly a movement masterpiece. Now for balance, I will give Apex a 4 out of 5 just because this game can get a little unbalanced and has been unbalanced at some points, with Horizon being really OP and the Spitfire being absolutely dominant. Right now I think the game is in a pretty good place. I would like to see a few more tweaks to some other weapons and legends just to make everyone feel a little more fair to use. So that'll be a 4 out of 5. The next category will be bugs and glitches. Now I also want to go ahead and include server in here because Apex's servers are really bad and they were really tanking in Season 8 especially. And there were a lot of bugs too. So I'm going to go ahead and give Apex a 3 out of 5 here. And the final category will be ranked and competitive. And I think Apex is almost perfect here. I think the Apex struggles a lot along the same lines as Fortnite, where it feels more like a how much time are you able to put into this rather than an actual true testament of skill. But Apex does get a 4 out of 5 here. The ranked is pretty good, and I think it's a little more fair than Fortnite's, but that one is going to be a little more subjective on my end. Now, Apex's final score is going to total out to a 20 out of 25. So with all those things in mind, Apex is going to be number 1 with 20 out of 25. Fortnite is going to be in second place with 17 out of 25. And Warzone will be third with a 9 out of 25. Now that was my scoring. I want to know what you guys think down in the comment section down below. Let me know what you thought of my list. Let me know what tweaks or what your list would be, and let's go ahead and compare and let's try to get a better answer between the all of us. With all that in mind, make sure you like, subscribe, stay hydrated, and we'll see you in the next video. Peace out, boys.